Hello students, welcome back to the video lecture series of numerical methods in chemical engineering. We have started chapter number 5, that is finite differences and interpolation. First of all, we studied that what is interpolation, then we studied about the various types of differences, finite differences, and why we studied that, because to find interpolation, finite differences are must. Without finite differences, we cannot do interpolation, right? So for that purpose, we need to study the finite differences. And which were the finite differences that we studied? The first one was forward difference, then second one was backward difference, and the third one was central difference. So one by one we will apply that finite differences to the various methods of interpolation, right? So let us study the different methods of interpolation. Okay, first of all, let us study interpolation classification. How many types of interpolations are there? First of all, the definition of interpolation is, it is the process to find the value of the function for the intermediate values of x from the given set of data, right? This is the definition of interpolation. Okay, on the basis of the interval size, the interpolation is classified into two types: equal intervals and unequal intervals. Interpolation with equal intervals and interpolation with unequal intervals. Now, what is the meaning of equal intervals and unequal intervals? If the value of h is fixed, if the size of the interval is fixed, right? For example, see, if my initial values of x are x0, x1, x2, x3, and the difference between these values is fixed. If my difference is h, like x1 is equal to x0 plus h, then x2 is equal to x1 plus h, then this interpolation in this type of data, equal interval method is used, right? And which are the equal interval methods? Equal interval methods are Newton's forward and backward methods, right? Similarly, if the values of x are given such that the difference between the values of x is not fixed, okay, the difference is unequal. Here the value of h was fixed. For example, my h is equal to 0.5. Then between the values of x there will be difference, a fixed difference of 0.5. That is known as equal intervals. While in unequal intervals, the difference between the values of x is not fixed. Okay. So there are two methods: Newton's divided difference and Lagrange's interpolation. These two methods are of interpolation with unequal intervals. So we have to study four types of methods: Newton forward, Newton backward, that is included in the equal interval, and in unequal interval there will be two methods: Newton's divided difference and Lagrange's interpolation. See, let us start with Newton's forward interpolation formula. First of all, we have to derive the Newton's forward interpolation formula. See, when we have to apply Newton's forward interpolation formula, see, as we know that interpolation is used to find the function value for the values of x. See, if my value of x is near the starting range, okay, if my value of x is near the starting range, for example, my values of x are starting from 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, and these are the values of y given. Any values of y are given, and if I want to find the value of y for x is equal to 0.2. See, here 0.2 is near to the starting value. See, 0.2 is near to 0, not 1.5. Okay, for that purpose, in such case we have to apply Newton's forward interpolation formula. Okay, there is one more interpolation formula in equal interval, that is Newton backward. And when we have to apply Newton backward is applied when our value of x is near ending value. If the value of x is near starting value, near the beginning of the table, then we have to apply forward interpolation formula. Okay, let yx is equal to f of x be the given function. For different values of x, we are having different values of y, and the interval, the size of the interval is fixed. So see, here I am writing my x0 is given, then x0 plus h, x0 plus 2h, x0 plus 3h, x0 plus 4h, and so on. For this value I am having this value y0, then y1, y2, y3 and y4 and so on. Okay. Now I want to find the value of y for intermediate value of x. For example, I am considering the intermediate value like this. If I am taking p, any real number, okay, and I am writing here x0 plus ph. This is my x0 plus ph and I want to find the value of x0 plus ph. If I want to find the value of y for x0 plus ph, then it can be written as yp. So I am interested in finding the value of yp. These are the given values. On the basis of these given values, I have to find the value of yp for x0 plus ph. Okay, this is the intermediate value. Similarly, x0 plus ph can be located here, here or anywhere in this range. Okay, so we are interested in finding the value of yp. Okay. See, before going further, we have to define here one operator, and that operator is known as shift operator. If I am writing e f of x, then my function value will be shifted to f of x plus h. If I am writing e square f of x, then my function value will be shifted to x plus 2h. If I am writing e cube f of x, then my value will be shifted to x plus 3h. So e is nothing but shift operator, and similarly if I want to write e raised to n f of x, then how I can write f of x plus nx? So my value has been shifted to here. So using this shift operator and the relation of the shift operator, see the relation of the shift operator e with del is e is equal to 1 plus del. So we have to use this relationship also. See, we are interested in finding the value of yp. What is yp? Yp is nothing but f of x0 plus ph. Now what is f of x0 plus ph? See, f of x0 plus ph can be written as e raised to p into f of x0. Why? Because if I am writing f of x plus nh, it is e raised to n f of x. Similarly, f of x0 plus ph will be e raised to p f of x0. Now what is our f of x0? F of x0 is equal to y0. Now the relationship between e and del is this. So I am writing here 1 plus del raised to p into y0. See, before solving this, you should know the binomial theorem formula. What is the binomial theorem formula? I am writing here. If 1 plus x raised to n is given, so it can be written as 1 plus nx plus n into n minus 1 upon 2 factorial x square, then n into n minus 1, n minus 2 upon 3 factorial into x cube, and so on. So we have to apply this. Okay, we have to apply this here. So I can write here 1 plus p del, right, plus p into p minus 1 upon 2 factorial into del square plus p into p minus 1 into p minus 2 upon 3 factorial into del cube, and so on, and y0 is there in the bracket. Okay, and what about p? See, our p can be found by see, here we have taken x is equal to x0 plus ph. So what will be my p? P will be x minus x0 upon h. Okay, you can also expand it further, right? Okay, let us solve one numerical on the basis of this. See, this is the given numerical. We have to construct the forward difference formula. We have to find the value of f of 0.5. So here f of 0.5 is there. So we have to apply the forward difference formula. It is already given. But before that we have to find the value of p. Okay, to find the value of p, first of all we have to write the value of x. See, this is our value of x, so we have to find the value of f of x. So x is equal to 0.5. What is x0? Our x0 is minus 2. The first value of x is our x0. Then h is the interval size, right? See, h is equal to 1, you can see. How I can find p? P can be found by x minus x0 upon h. So my p will be 0.5 plus 2 upon 1. So my p is equal to 2.5. Okay, what is our next step? After finding this, we have to make a table. We have to make a difference table. Okay, I am erasing this and I am drawing one table here. First of all, x will be there, then y, then first difference, second difference, third difference, fourth and fifth. Why? Because there are total 6 values, so we have to write up to del phi. Okay, now let us write the values: minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Similarly, values of y are also given: 15, 5, 1, 3, 11, 25. See, here we have to write the values in the center between these two values, right? So I have to find y1 minus y2. See, this is my x0, this is my y0, this is my y1, y2, y3 and so on. I have to take the difference, higher value minus lower value, right? So 5 minus 15 is minus 10, 1 minus 5, minus 4, 3 minus 1, 2, 11 minus 3, 8, 25 minus 11, that is 14. Now again, for second difference, I have to take the difference of minus 4 minus minus 10, that will be minus 4 plus 10, that is 6. 2 minus minus 4, so 2 plus 4 again, that is 6. 8 minus 2, 6. 14 minus 8 again 6. 6 minus 6, 0. 6 minus 6, 0. 0. 0. Okay, 0, and here also 0. Fine, so this is our forward difference table. Now which value of the forward difference table we have to take? See, we have to take these values. Which values we have to take? If you remember the formula, we require this value first. This is our y0. We have to take the first values of the table. Then del y0, this is my del square y0, this is my del cube y0, del raised to 4 y0 and del raised to 5 y0. See, these three values are 0, so there is no need to take these values. You have to remember, we have to take these values while we are calculating the numerical, right? We have to place all these values in the Newton's forward interpolation formula, and then you have to find the value of f of x, that is f of 0.5. Okay, let us place all these values. See, which is our formula? F of 0.5 is equal to y0 plus p del y0 plus p into p minus 1 upon 2 factorial into del square y0. There is no need to write further because the remaining values are 0. Okay, what is our y0? y0 is 15. The value of p we have already found, 2.5. Okay, what is our del y0? So del y0 is minus 10. Again p into p minus 1. So 2.5 into 2.5 minus 1 upon 2 factorial is 2. And the value of del square y0, the value of del square y0 is 6. So I am writing here 6. See, if you will simplify this, you will get the final answer. And my final answer will be 1.25. You can also check from these values. See, f of 0.5 will be near to this. Okay, and my function value will be between 1 and 3. So it is coming between 1 and 3. So my answer is correct. I can assume that my answer is correct. Okay, so in this way you can solve numericals on the basis of Newton's forward interpolation formula. In the next lecture we are going to take some more examples on the basis of this, and we will also start Newton's backward interpolation formula. There is very minute difference between them, and that we will study in the next lecture. Okay.